This is Oberg Studio, and this film presents a new collection of digital art theme. It is related to the Russia-Ukraine war. This film presents this digital art theme made by Mr. Per Oberg, as it is actual in July 2025. And 5% of the money that Oberg Studio receive from sales of these artworks will be given to the UNHCR. UNHCR stands for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, and the money will be given via Sweden for UNHCR. This is done as wars produces refugees, and we all need to help people in need. This Oberg Studio digital artwork theme is about the Russia-Ukraine war, trying to reflect feelings and impressions into artworks reflecting over the war that now has gone on for some time. This theme has two sub-themes, maps and flags, and feelings and impressions. The maps and flags sub-theme uses maps from Ukraine and Europe and flags from some of the countries etc. that are involved. Ukraine itself is emphasized, including its relations with Russia, European Union, USA, and NATO. How maps look, colors of the artwork together reflect the situation at different given years. The feelings and impressions sub-theme wants to represent feelings and impressions that the Russia-Ukraine generates. These are often seen from various aspects but still have a common artistic structural base to make them connected to each other.
The artist, Mr. Per Oberg from Sweden, say that all war is a bad way of handling conflicts. Both sides will have their motives for what they do, but conflicts should be handled through negotiations, with the help of the United Nations. This collection of digital art, to be printed on canvas and posters, reflects both the change over time in this conflict itself, as well as the feelings and thoughts that it generates in the artist and many other people, who wants a peaceful world that instead of wars handles all other challenges the mankind today is facing. This artwork is named Ukraine 1990. This artwork show when Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union 1990. This is a part of the Ukraine maps and flag sub-theme. It shows when Ukraine was a part of a different time, when politics was not the same as today.
This artwork is named Ukraine 2012. This artwork show Ukraine before the Russia-Ukraine wars started in 2013. The relationship between Ukraine and Russia was still quite good at this time. This artwork is named Ukraine 2014. This artwork show Ukraine the year after Russia took the Crimea area in the south of Ukraine. This is illustrated by a red ring around Crimea. Colors are here a bit more militaristic, and the red color represent how this conflict also started a strong tension over Europe.
This artwork is named Ukraine 2025 and was made in April 2025. Here there is an ongoing open war between Russia and Ukraine, and Russia holds areas that Russia say belongs to Russia, but Ukraine was holding these areas earlier and that Ukraine demands to get them back. Even Ukraine troops have entered into small parts of Russia and the drone and missile war are at full swing. Again, a kind of military colors in this artwork. And now also the relationship between Ukraine and USA is not as strong as earlier but unsure. And even if many European countries support Ukraine, we can see how many of these countries have a challenge to handle both the support of the war on Ukraine's side as it costs lots of money, and the changing behavior of USA. This is the latest part of the Ukraine maps and flags sub-theme when this film was made.
This artwork is named Air to Ground. Now we leave the maps and flags sub-theme and move to the feelings and impressions sub-theme. This artwork reflects the fact that the war between Russia and Ukraine to a high degree is a fight where attackings from the air hit the grounds, including buildings and people, creating death and rubble. It also shows how the feelings generated of the war makes us see the militaristic side of it. How the people of Europe, including Ukraine and Russia, start to define things more from a militaristic rather than a civil aspect. This artwork is named What's Right, What's Wrong? This artwork illustrates the difficult questions when there is a war, like in the Russia-Ukraine war. When there is such a conflict, both sides accuse the other side. And both sides often have arguments that sounds, at least to some extent, to have some kind of validity. This makes the conflict complicated. And it puts the question of what is right and what is wrong to us all. War is always a bad solution and a kind of uncivilized way of handling conflicts, but still they are there and creates problems far beyond the war zone. So, the feelings and reflections of such questions is represented in this artwork. Red for bad thinking, green for trying to reach peace, and yellow as many ideas include a mixture of both bad and good intentions, or which are neither this nor that. This artwork is named Never Ending. This artwork illustrates the never-ending feeling you get when a war continues day after day, without that you can see when and how it's going to end.
This artwork is named The Graveyard Factory. This artwork illustrates the feelings when you see a war like this, producing corpses that needs a place in a graveyard. The war becomes like a factory that generate dead people that needs to go to the graveyards. This artwork is named Breaking Down. A war is often breaking down things, like buildings, structures, society, moral, and so many other things. This artwork represents that. This artwork is named Military Thinking. When a war breaks out and takes over the minds of people, then the military way of thinking increases its power and replaces the common sense that other ways, hopefully, is there. This artwork illustrates that. This artwork represents that.
This artwork is named In the Bubble. This artwork shows how, when a war is there, lots of things kind of separates itself from the normal way of thinking and enters a bubble where a kind of immunity towards the normal takes place, a situation where the normal must take a toll and be replaced with the military way of thinking. And this is happening in the society even far from the war front.
This artwork is named Black Days. The Russia-Ukraine war creates black days in the lives of many people. The hopeful life that many people had earlier is replaced by dark thoughts, and the question of surviving takes over from the earlier question on how to live a good life. This artwork is named Black Times. When the war brings thoughts of darkness into the minds of people, then the black times arrives. Times when the normal no longer is there. Times when getting killed is more likely compared to when peace is there, and the young ones also are not sure for how long they will live.
This artwork is named Where is the Solution? War has a tendency of making things complicated. And it's often easier to start a war than to end it. So where is the solution? The feeling of that question is represented in this artwork. This artwork is named Colors Gone. During normal circumstances, you may see your life in a shimmer of colors, a mix of colors. But when the war takes over, then we often change to see things in the black-white-gray scale. This is illustrated here.
This artwork is named Chaotic. When normal routines and system breaks down, due to a war, then we experience a feeling of that our worlds change into something chaotic. Do you have electricity tomorrow? Where can I travel? Where will the next bomb hit? Can I get food? The normal structured life change into uncertainty and chaotic thoughts.
This artwork is named Military Times. During a war, the military organizations that during peacetime was in the background move up and becomes a dominating part of the lives of the people that lives in or near the war.
This artwork is named To the Next Village. A war like the Russia-Ukraine war provides an everyday life where the soldiers are often tasked with getting to the next village or place, and then the next one, and the next again. In between, the war can lock itself into more fixed positions, but the goal will then be to break through the lines to get to the next village. This artwork is named Soldier Times. During a war, soldiers goes from being an almost hidden part of society to become a part that is in the focus that many people have instead. At the same time, the soldier does not know if he will be alive or not the next day. To be a soldier in war is a life where every day can be your last day.
This artwork is named War of Darkness. The Russia-Ukraine war is a war of darkness. A darkness that spreads into our lives, into our thoughts, and that plagues the lives of millions of people. War is never a solution, only a part of the problem.
Just some comments. What you have seen here is the art creation based on reflections due to the Russia-Ukraine war. Some of the artworks may be for sale on our website, but motives for sale may change over time. You can always email and ask. Options for print on posters or on canvas. Some other motives from this theme may be sold via third-party sites. Those sold by us include certificates, and those sold by third parties will be sold the way the third party works. And the third-party option may not include any certificates, nor are we responsible for the quality of the print quality done by any third parties. But always find latest info on our websites.
See us online at Oberg Studio and our shop at art.oberg Studio. Come back for more for other collections and themes and for updates by subscribing to our YouTube channel.